Hi, I'm Rebecca Coon. If you feel like you're just kind of going through the motions of life right now, not fully living your life, and you want to be more engaged with being alive and living a full and meaningful life, you might just be in the right place. If you want to know your strengths and use your gifts to make an impact in the world in ways that align with who you are, you're probably in the right place. If you feel like you're ready to do some deep inner work, but you want some guidance and a roadmap and a community of open-minded, encouraging people who want to cheer you on as you grow forward on this journey of self-discovery and transformation to live a full and impactful and balanced life, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. You're in the right place. Imagine for a moment living a life so full and authentic, it is undeniably your own. A life in which you're able to balance your energy between the pursuits and people that matter most to you. That you're mentally and emotionally present for this life, that you get to fully experience it. And you feel balanced and purposeful and connected in loving relationships. A life that you know in your bones has meaningful positive impacts on others. A life you can look back on at the end of it all and smile, knowing you did your best, gave it your all, and lived fully. I'm here to help you design that life and start living it. I've created Live Aligned because so many of us feel stuck, stagnant, off track, lost, and disconnected. Sometimes we feel like we're navigating on autopilot through a fog of okay days that loop into the next, just endlessly waiting for the fog to lift and to clear and for us to see this beautiful vista of the life ahead of us. And the fog just lingers. Or we feel like life has become a garden in the off season where we're alive but not in bloom. We keep waiting for a spring that never seems to come, yearning for growth that remains just under the surface, just out of reach. You're getting by, surviving. You can find pockets of contentment, but there's this aching, this longing deep down in you that says, I don't want to go through life like this anymore. I don't want to be stuck in this. It's okay if you feel that way. You're not the only one. A lot of people these days seem to feel this way. I've been there too. But you don't have to stay stuck there. And you don't have to figure it out all on your own. And you don't have to go through it in isolation, trying to find your way forward without a roadmap. Over the last 20 years, I've been collecting and creating tools and practices to help me find my way back home to myself again and again and forward in life. And I have really created Live Aligned to help kind-hearted, creative, nature-loving, purpose-seeking humans who want to discover their unique strengths and gain clarity on their desired life direction and know how they want to use their gifts and design a balanced life built on a foundation of authenticity and a rootedness in your beautiful self. I've created this program mostly for you so that you can make some pivots in your life, that you can find your way home to yourself and create a soulful and strategic roadmap for you to align your daily life with your long-term desired trajectory, and that you can figure out which kinds of courageous pivots are going to move you closer and closer to that full, impactful, balanced life. But honestly, I've also created Live Aligned for myself because it's the toolkit and the community that I also need to keep myself aligned with my own authenticity and moving forward, both as the facilitator of it, because I love facilitating community experiences, but also as a collaborator and practitioner of it, to hold myself accountable for using the tools that I know are really good for me to live fully. So, who am I? I am a community-oriented, science-inspired creative spirit who loves singing out loud and dancing weird by myself, drinking iced lavender lattes, delicious, and visualizing the biological magic of being alive as I take a deep breath. That was oxygen that plants released. They are literally giving me life, and that is amazing. It's so cool. I am a maternal nurturer, and I have 2 small children, 3 years old and not quite 2. They're adorable and a lot. I am a deeply feeling, sensitive soul, a multidisciplinary thinker who delights in the smell of snow melting on pine trees and creating visual diagrams of complex processes and good hugs. I love me a good hug. I'm a whole-brained, idealistic dreamer who thrives on creative problem solving, tough questions, and having deeply human conversations, ideally in beautiful, whimsical spaces. Live Aligned is the interweaving and expression of the most me pieces of myself. It'll include a little bit of this, silly flavor, playfulness that I try to embody from time to time. And it'll also include a lot of professional insights and skills that I've gained over the last 15 years. I started off thinking I was going to be a neurosurgeon, then an ecologist, ended up getting a bachelor's in studio art. But I've spent the last 15 years of my professional life in informal education environments like museums and zoos. I have pursued a lot of different chapters of work that really does light me up and allow me to integrate my passions in art, science, and education to create some pretty cool stuff, like science exhibits in museums and national parks, a podcast about museum curators' career and life journeys, collaborative brainstorms with community audiences, zoo field trip curricula, and nature science summer camps for kids. I've created dozens of family and community science programs on a whole bunch of cool different natural science topics. I have created training programs for student educators. And I've created personal and professional development programs for college students to better identify what they want to do with their careers and redefine what success means to them. On a more personal level, I have dove in deep into learning about different psychology practices and just the ways that our minds and hearts work. I've done a lot of emotional healing work myself. I have learned a lot about mindfulness and nature connection, a lot of learning about creative growth, especially recovering from creative injury. And also I got my yoga teacher certification way back in the day, and getting to help people breathe and move in their bodies is one of my favorite things. I philosophically am just ever curious about what it means to be alive. What happens when we die? How do we make this life worth living? Really, Live Aligned is my offering. It is an embodiment of my quest to find harmony between the intellectual and the emotional, the scientific and the spiritual, the individual and the collective. It represents my lifelong learning and my most profound discoveries about living a life in tune with one's deepest values and aspirations. It's an invitation to others to join me on this journey of exploration and transformation. I'm trying to create a space and an experience where we can all grow together, supported by the insights and strategies that have illuminated my path, but also make space for you to share the strategies that have helped you grow forward. By opening up these personal and professional insights around living a full and aligned life, I really aim to empower others to weave their own tapestry of aligned living, making Live Aligned not just a culmination of my experiences, but a starting point for others, a trailhead, if you will, to explore, experiment, and expand their understanding of what it means for them to be truly alive in their being, in their life, in their body even. It is a holistic, soulful, mindful, and heartfelt experience. It's centered in the belief that to create a full life that is truly yours, you've got to journey deeply inward to ask yourself some tough questions, observe your thoughts, allow yourself to feel your emotions, and to listen to that quiet voice deep within you that you maybe haven't been able to hear through all the noise. It's a science-inspired experience rooted in a deep love of nature. It uses analogies, visual diagrams, and meditations that are inspired by the beautiful biology pulsing under our skin, the rhythmic cycles of earth under our feet, and the interconnectedness of the ecosystems that envelop us, that we belong to, that we are a part of. It is an intentional, strategic, and thoughtfully designed program. As a professional educator and project manager, I put a lot of intention and strategy into creating meaningful community learning experiences that create lasting impacts. I've taught college courses and, like I said, have created a lot of community education programs. And I do come from a lineage of educators. And I am just so excited to put all of those skills around creating transformative experiences into the context of holistic personal growth to help other people live a more full life, expressive of who they are deep down. I've had those things be separated in professional and personal life for way too long, and I'm just thrilled to blend them together. Live Aligned is really your creative laboratory to experiment with living fully. You'll engage in activities to find inspiration, free yourself from limiting beliefs, and invigorate your daily life, both internally in your heart and mind, and in your outward-facing activities at work and at home. Live Aligned is courage building. We got to take some leaps, but to create one's own world takes courage, said one of my favorite artists, Georgia O'Keeffe. And one of my favorite influencers in the world of growth in general, Brene Brown, social science researcher, has a lot of data to say this. There is no courage without vulnerability. So if you do the logic here, to create one's own world takes vulnerability, which I know sounds a little scary. But we're going to start small and in a safe environment. And you'll start making courageous pivots internally in your mindset first, and then small ones in your daily routines. And then we can start considering and strategizing and prioritizing potential bigger pivots. And Live Aligned is a community. It is a place for inspiring humans who care about being kind, making a difference, and living a full and authentic life to come together, learn from each other, collaboratively explore possibilities for more vibrant living, and encourage each other's growth. In this day and age, post-2016, post-2020, I just find that so many of us feel isolated from a sense of community, that we've got our guard up a lot of the time, and that we don't get to have deep, meaningful conversations, partially because we don't have safe spaces to really be ourselves. And I'm really hoping that I can create a safe, warm environment to get to dig deep with each other in a way that feels supportive and safe. This isn't my first rodeo. I have been creating community learning experiences for some time now. And I'm going to share a video with you of some students who co-created community education programs with me, and they're responding to a prompt about how this program changed them.
Being a part of these programs has completely changed my life. Gained insight on my goals for the future.
It's inspired me
to inspire people. Skills on collaboration,
how to work collaboratively,
diverse ways of critical thinking,
think more critically about how I can improve. Pushed me to question my understanding of what education can look like. A stronger educator. It's made me a stronger leader.
I'm more vocal with my projects and my needs in class.
To be more reflective and more thoughtful about the work that I do.
It's helped me see the value of working in a team to create an impact to the community.
Being able to pull the resources that all of us as a team are able to contribute.
A group of amazing people that were all there for the same reason, to inspire people.
It's made me feel like a part of a family, part of these thinkers that make such amazing programs.
This job has boosted my optimism on a day-to-day basis. I'm always excited to go to work. I learn something new every day in my time with my team, and I hope to learn more.
A true testament to what can happen when you create an environment where your workers are being supported and they feel like they cared about, and you're pushing them in their personal life and their school life and towards their professional goals. And it has been amazing just seeing everyone grow since the day we first started meeting.
Because of how much fun we have and how much we enjoy being around one another, we show that joy to our visitors, which I believe makes our visitors feel happy and welcoming while learning more about nature.
So those lovely ladies reflected really diverse career interests and life stories, yet were all unified along with their other cohort members by a desire to make an impact through community education programs. Okay, Live Aligned has 9 modules to get unstuck and realign your life path with purpose and authenticity. They sound simple. Number 1, be present and be real. Number 2, know and love yourself. 3, root your values and beliefs. 4, align to purposeful direction. 5, balance your roles. 6, vision forward. 7, harmonize and harness your resources. 8, experiment with courageous pivots. And number 9, grow with community. And if you want to dig deep into these, I encourage you to watch my full-length webinar where I really dig into all of these modules in quite a bit more depth. You can find that on my website, RebeccaCoon.com. But on the practical side, Live Aligned is a 9-week, it's going to start off as a 9-week cohort program. So we'll have 9 weeks of 2-hour facilitated virtual sessions on Zoom with this first community cohort, and then 10 total months of weekly support Q&A / community connection / office hours, where we just get to pose questions of like, hey, this is what I'm struggling with, and get support from me and the other cohort members on how can we tackle these obstacles in living an aligned life. There are going to be a bunch of activities and resources for each module. And then for this first cohort, I will matchmake accountability buddies for anybody who wants that. And then there will be lifetime access to video modules eventually, and also a private Facebook community. So the 9 weeks, they start March 1st and go through the end of April. Fridays, 10:30 to 12:30 Mountain Standard Time. And then those Friday sessions include a mixture of a lot of different types of activities, a little mindful guided meditation, maybe some movement. The core lesson delivery will include my own story on the topic, along with insights from notable thinkers in the field, and of course some nature analogies with the module. And then there will be some small group discussions and a walkthrough of one of the activities and kind of a showing of all of the self-paced activities that you can access on your own. And then the self-paced activities include, I've been curating playlists to let you put in your earbuds, go to your favorite spot, whether that's a coffee shop or a dead log next to a pond, and get in the mood for that module. Meditation recordings to help connect you to nature and your own beautiful self. And then those core activities are going to include journaling prompts, reflection worksheets, fill-in-the-blank diagrams to help you dig deep. Some creative and outdoor exploration activities, conversation prompts if you want to engage with loved ones on these topics, and an inspiration resource library, including my favorite podcasts and books on the topic. Those support sessions will be Wednesdays on Zoom, 10:30 to 12 Mountain Time, from March 1st through the end of December. So an opportunity to continue coming together in community and asking those questions, supporting each other. I don't expect you to make a full transformation of living an aligned life in 9 weeks. This is the kind of deep work that takes a little longer and some continued support. So I'm here for you through this year in this format. And then that private Facebook group and lifetime access, I will create video modules that live on a platform after this March-April cohort, and then you'll have access to those forever. So if this all sounds great to you, and this sounds like what you really could use to help you live a more full and authentic life, I would be so deeply honored to have you hop on a call with me. So you can book a call with me using the link below or calendly.com/Becca-Coon/discovery-call. Or you can just explore more on my website, RebeccaCoon.com, including that full-length webinar. So thank you so very much for spending this time with me. I hope you have a beautiful day or night wherever you are on Earth's spin right now, and I look forward to connecting with you.